There are over 300 million active users on stories every single month with Instagram. It's basically like its own platform, its own social media app within Instagram. And it is very powerful to help you grow your account. So if you follow these 5 tips that I'm about to lay out, you will not only grow an engaged audience, you're gonna reach new people and grow that audience faster than ever before. So you're gonna wanna make sure to implement each of these 5 tips. And at the very end of this video, I'm gonna throw in a bonus that makes implementing all of them much easier. So you wanna stick around to the very end of this video. Instagram used to be really all about getting followers. It was that number that you had to grow. It was so important and really the only thing that mattered. But over the last few years, that has really changed. Yes, followers are important, but what's more important is actual engagement on your content. Because not only does that mean that you have a strong audience that really connects with you, but it means you're gonna keep growing faster and reaching new people when people are interacting on that content. Engagement and getting more followers, they go hand in hand. The more engagement that you get, the more people you're going to reach, so you can get more followers, and the more followers you're getting, hopefully the more engagement you get. So it's kind of cyclical and they work together. So these tips are gonna cover both getting more followers and increasing your engagement. Now, if your goal is to grow an engaged, large audience as fast as possible, you do need to be using Instagram stories. When people are seeing your stories, when they're engaging on your stories, it doesn't just affect your stories, but it will actually cause them to start seeing your posts within their newsfeed as well. On top of reaching new people, it's gonna make the people that already follow you actually see your content and get more engaged. Now, in general, while you can plan out your stories, and I suggest that you do want to keep your stories top of mind, as they say, which means simply like just shoot a quick selfie, do a little video, just show your life, be really informal and kind of a behind the scenes look with you or your business or whatever you're doing with Instagram. You don't want your stories to be super photoshopped or too over professional. This is a more intimate look at yourself and your business than what you're gonna see in your newsfeed. So we're gonna start with number 5 and work our way down to number 1, which has the most power behind it. Now, number 5 is actually to use stickers. And I don't just mean like looking through Instagram stories and picking out something cute and fun to add to your picture. No, really strategically using stickers. So number 1, hashtags. Are you using hashtags? Are you adding them to your story? Because you should. Your story can actually rank on the Explore tab for that hashtag. So make sure that you're using hashtags so that you have the opportunity to reach more people. Now, there's all kinds of hashtags and there's all kinds of sizes to hashtags. So generally speaking, you want to choose a hashtag that's maybe 5,000 to 500,000 uses on Instagram so that you actually have a shot at ranking. If you choose something that has several millions of uses, it's gonna be harder for you to rank. So unless you have a really big account with a ton of engagement, go for it. But for everybody else, stick with something a little bit smaller so that you have an opportunity to rank on that Explore tab and reach a whole new audience. Now, another sticker that you need to be adding to all of your Instagram stories is location. Location, location, location. Now, so location is important, not just where you are, but think bigger than that. By adding a location to your story, you have the opportunity to reach people who are in that local area, who are near you. Now, don't just think like, well, I have to always say, you know, your local town that you're in. Maybe you're in Podunk, Oklahoma, where we used to be, and there wasn't very many people on Instagram up there. You can actually think bigger and think about where your target audience, where would be a really big grouping of them. So maybe it's a big city, maybe it's a different country, maybe there's a big convention going on in your industry. Well, be smart about it and put it at that location wherever that big convention is being held, because then you can have the opportunity to reach your very specific targeted audience simply by adding location sticker. Another thing that you definitely want to use as much as you can with your stories is adding the sticker to mention someone else, another account. Simple. Even like using your hair products or whatever you're doing, your makeup, your car, your whatever, those brands that you are using in your video or in your story, you should tag them. Tag those brand accounts. You have the opportunity to get mentioned or reshared by them, which is a great way to reach new audience. Tip number 4 is to add call to actions or CTAs to your stories. You want to use those stories to get them to engage. The more people that engage on a story, the more people Instagram is going to show that story to. So Tell them to engage, tell them what to do. And stories are a great way to get more views on your feed post. So that could be something as simple as giving a little teaser of the post you just made on your regular Instagram feed. So you can maybe cover up an important part of it with a sticker, or say you have a recipe you just posted. You posted a picture of some sort of food and the recipe's in the caption. Well, you're not gonna show them the full caption in a story. They're gonna have to tell them to go to your post for that recipe. Make it enticing and for them to want to go there to see it. Now, if you have over 10,000 followers on your Instagram account, you can very easily send them to a website. This could be to a landing page. This could be to a sales page. This could be to a funnel. This could be to a video, a blog post, whatever you want to send people to, use it. All you gotta do is tell them to swipe up on the post and you link it to a website. Works really slick. You can also use the swipe up feature to send them to IGTV if you're uploading videos there as well. Now, if you don't yet have 10,000 followers, don't fret. You can still drive traffic using your stories and get more engagement. You simply tell them to click the link in your bio, access the tip sheet, the free giveaway, the coupon, whatever, simply by clicking on the link in your profile bio. So yes, they do have a few more steps to take. It's a good incentive to get to 10,000 followers, but it's still very doable and you can definitely drive traffic when you have an engaged audience. Tip number 3 is to use polls and questions on your stories. These are important tools that you can use not only to boost engagement, which means you're going to be getting out in front of more and more people, getting more followers, but you can also really get to know your audience better and what kind of content they're looking for. You can ask some questions on the types of products that they want to purchase, what sort of content they want you to create. Get a really good pulse on what they're looking for so you can become a better creator. You can become a better Instagram user and really build up that know, like, and trust with your audience so you can make any sales or do whatever you're looking to do with your account. Now, on top of just getting a general feel for people when they're answering a poll, when you ask questions, when people respond to you, they're actually messaging you, which is a great feature of stories. When someone sees a story, they can reply to the author and it's a private direct message. So you can start a bunch of conversations that can often lead to sales if you're trying to sell something with Instagram. And the more back and forth engagement that you are getting with Messenger, the more engagement, the more organic reach, everything else that your account, your regular feed stuff is gonna have as well. Tip number 2 is really important. Tip number 2 is to pay attention to your analytics, or what you find under the insights for your stories. You need to learn what is working best for you. So experiment with different things in your stories, what types of posts, questions, polls, anything in your stories, but then go back to the insights and find out what had the most success, what had the biggest reach, what brought you new followers, what had people clicking and sending to the link, what had people replying or sharing. When you find something that's working really well, guess what? You double down and you do more of that type of content. That's how you really grow fast. You experiment, find something that works, and then just run with it. Are you ready for it? Tip number 1, using Instagram Live. Instagram Live. It's basically within the Stories platform, and it is very powerful because you actually are pushing out to all of your followers. They get the little thing that pops up on the top of their Instagram telling them that you're going live. So you can get a ton of engagement. You're building up that know, like, and trust factor with live video. Live video is the fastest way to build know, like, and trust with your audience. You're gonna get them coming back and back to your content. You're gonna be able to send them offers and they're gonna actually be willing to make purchases when you have that know, like, and trust factor. Now, on the lives, you definitely wanna interact with folks, say people's names, ask them questions, do some back and forth. Plus, if they're willing, you can even invite them to join you on the live, which someone from your followers, from your fan base, that's a very powerful way to just lock them in as someone who loves you forever. It's great if you can actually schedule these. So maybe you have, Thursdays at 2, your time zone. Maybe you do a live Q&A session. Maybe you do some training or some whatever that speaks to your target audience at the same time. And then you can always, notify people through a regular story, through a Facebook feed post, letting them know what's gonna happen. And then you can really build an audience, kind of like you're doing a live show, once a week or whatever it is. And your engagement and your growth is going to go through the roof. And now for the bonus to make all of this easier. Yes, posting top of mind, like when you think of something or you're doing something kind of fun or interesting, taking a picture, doing a little video, putting it up on Instagram as a story is really good. You should definitely be doing that. But I'll give you a little tip. We don't always do that all the time. Let's be real. We have busy lives, or you get distracted or get stuff going on. So it's really great to use a tool like Planoly to schedule your posts. Now, Planoly is really helpful because you can upload the images, upload all of that ahead of time, and you can actually put them on the calendar for different times of the week or the month, depending on how organized you want to be, how far out you want to go. But when you do that, it doesn't actually post for you, which, yes, not optimal, but it's still going to send you a notification that it's time to post your story. And then you just click on it and click on it and click on it, and just boop, 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 it feeds you right through to actually post the story on Instagram. So for busy people, you're fully organized, you've got stories scheduled, you just get a notification, boop, 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 and now the story is up and you're ready to go. So what I like to do is actually schedule at least one story a day, and then when I think about it throughout my day, when I want to show people what I'm doing, kind of like a vlog style thing or whatever, I can just grab my phone and do some top of mind things as well. But I at least have the scheduled one going out every day. And that just makes it all easier. Now, since you're interested in growing your Instagram account, this is the next video you need to watch. Click on it now, top right corner of your screen or at the top of the description, to learn the 5 simple things that you must do that are going to take you to your next or first 1,000 followers as quickly as possible. I'll see you soon.